Yeah.
Hey, we're back. We're back. We're back.
What's up,
Oh, I still
everybody?
hear the
Man,
replay. Hold on.
that is the fastest 60 seconds of my life every time. We get that little like 60-second intro screen, and we're like trying to share it on all the socials, and dude, it's like it goes by in like 10 seconds.
Yeah, that that went way by. Is it just my screen that is your mic kind of pixelated a little bit, or is it just me?
Uh, it looks good on my end, at least from the restream end. Maybe not on the viewers end.
Oh, okay. Yeah, because yeah, mine looks straight on my end as well, but it kind of
Oh,
looks.
I think I saw that last time. Here, let me go double check, and it ended up being fine. I don't know why it looked like that. Like you're talking about, like real blurry, like you can't even make out like us.
Yeah, I
Oh,
can't.
my end.
Mine
You're
looks.
saying like just my
Yeah,
end? Oh,
yeah,
dang,
just you. Kind of look.
dude, what the
Did
heck?
you put it on like 720p on there
Yeah,
or?
it always is. But here, I'll mess with that real quick if just to see if I can edit it. My bad, guys. Where it's just a day
I
of
don't know if it goes through though, but
yeah.
yeah.
I'm on 720 at 30 FPS. That's crazy. I don't. I'm not too sure, man. I Yeah. I like I'm
Well,
clear on mine, but oh, it looks like my network connection is low. That's probably why. I don't know how
yeah, most likely.
I have good internet. I don't know why it's like that, but we can still roll with it. Is like, can you hear me clear enough?
Oh yeah. Everything works.
Okay, sweet. Well, I'll be blurry. I'm sorry, everybody. It's just a day of technical difficulties. If you try to join our space this morning, you'll know that we originally tried to go live on Ninja Alerts, but again, technical difficulties. We'll get it fixed before next time.
This
But
is-
so we ended up going
this-
live on my channel and sharing it on the Ninja Alerts page, and I thought it was really good discussion. It was on our lower end of people in the space today, but the discussion was great. We have it recorded. I'm sure we'll end up putting it on the Discord or wherever it can go to you can like listen in later. But I don't know about you, Gutter, but I thought we had some pretty good discussion.
Oh yeah. It was pretty good. We started off, because all these delays and all these technical difficulties. Over time, we're gonna have it all set up. But this is like our second week doing this, so we're just getting all the kinks out of the way. Then we start inviting guests and improving the show as we go along. I'm very excited about this. How about you, Chris? How do you feel?
Yeah, man, absolutely. I think another good thing about this is not only is it a learning experience for the viewers, but it's a learning experience for myself. I feel like every week I learn something new about the space, and we kind of talked about that in the Twitter Spaces earlier. But just kind of like not only seeing the trends that we obviously find on Ninja Alerts and all the potential like trades that we could make, but just learning like stuff about the field, like we were talking about earlier. We don't have to dive into this too much, but some of those projects that tie a celebrity artist in with a like high mint price, like the common one right now is 0.25. It just seems like every one of those that we've been reviewing have been duds. And we've called it from the start, like it looks like a cash grab. We've said that. And I mean, overall, it's just like repeating itself. So again, that's some experience that I had just in a matter of 2 weeks of, just tying a significant artist to this project doesn't mean the project's going to do well.
Exactly, and your picture just came in clear now. Now I can see
Oh,
you
let's
clearly.
go.
I can see all your pores now.
Nice, nice.
But we didn't even introduce the show. Welcome to NFT Traders Club. I'm one of your hosts, Gutter, and this is my co-host, Crypto Chris, and we're here to talk about NFTs today. All right. And before we start, I do have to. This show is brought to you by Ninjalerts.com. That's with one A, Ninjalerts.com. And Ninja Alerts is excuse me, it's a mobile and browser app for anyone interested in making money trading NFTs. Ninja Alerts give you push notifications to your phone, computer, tracking the wallets and contracts you want to follow. Ninja Alerts even provides curated lists of NFT projects, influencers, whales, and well-known smart money you can follow with one click. To get Ninja Alerts, go to ninjalerts.com. That's with one A, ninjalerts.com, and buy a lifetime license NFT. And also go to the Discord to download the mobile and browser app. Okay, so that's ninjalerts.com that brings the show. So now we could get started, right?
Heck yeah,
We could
man.
get
Heck yeah.
started.
I So we're not gonna stay on this too long. Gutter and I talked about it ahead of time. Somebody suggested, which please do, if you're involved with the Discord at all, and you have something you want us to talk about, either in the Twitter Spaces or on the live, just go ahead and throw it in the chat, and we'll talk about it. And being we talked about this so much on the Twitter Space today, we don't have to like harp on it, but just to let whoever's watching, if you're watching this and you suggested this, just to let you know we did talk on it. We did talk a little bit about the project interfaces. The interfaces has 212,000 followers on Twitter. They built their project pretty strongly. They had the art behind it and everything like that. Long story short, and to summarize this article, which isn't that long, and you can go read this yourself if you go to interfaces on Twitter and read it. Basically, this project started out as an art only project. Like they never promised a roadmap, they never promised utility or anything like that. They said, hey, we're artists just looking to sell our art. And I think there was this like community or like whole like pressure, not just the community, but like the NFT space to do all these other things. And basically, they tried to keep doing it and they tried to add utility and all this stuff, but they just against their personal convictions, it was just spending too much time on it. They ended up because they're full time freelancers as well. It took out too much of their time, so they ended up pulling out of the project before Mint, which it sucks for those who like grinded for whitelist, or spent their time in the community. But overall, I think it was a I don't know the right word would be mature decision because they didn't end up rugging people because they could easily went through with Mint with that many followers, sold out, made millions of dollars or millions in ETH, and then left. But instead of doing that, they didn't proceed with Mint and they said, hey, you know what? This is it started out with passion. Now it's too heavy on us. It is too much work. This isn't what we planned. We let it get out of control. So before we mint, we're gonna pull it, and that's what they ended up doing. So yeah, again, I don't want to harp on that too much. Do you have any thoughts on that, Gutter?
Yeah, it's not discussed enough what the founders have to go through because there's a lot of stress that comes with running a NFT project. It's just overlooked a lot because it always seems so easy when you see all these different crappy, yes, quote unquote crappy projects. They sell out and a lot of them they hold the floor or most of them just drop, they get rugged. But still, there's a lot of pressure that comes with maintaining a project, to running the community building aspects. There's different layers to it that people really overlook. It takes a toll on founders, and we brush it off because as consumers or traders that we are, we always go to the Discord asking, hey, what's utility, when announcement, when this, when that, when this, when that, when it's a lot of work. It's really a lot of work, and it brings a lot of stress that's not talked about enough because we just expect things to be done. We expect it to be easy. We expect you to just put out the project and put out the utility the next day. But all these things take time, and a lot of it is not guaranteed. So I do respect their decision to do this, but they have, if you go to their Twitter, they have over almost a quarter million followers on Twitter. So it's an instant sellout at that rate. If those are all legit followers, instant. So that's a huge move. As you can see on the Twitter, 212,000. That's a lot. That's a whole lot. So that's a huge move on their part to say no, we don't. It's an easy win, but we don't want to. So that says a lot that they went this route. If you could go to their Twitter and look at the images on their go to the media, yeah, those kind of look cool, right?
Yeah, I thought they looked really sweet. I don't know if. Oh yeah, you're right. Go to media. That'll probably get faster results. Yeah, I think they look really cool. The little interfaces. Um,
Yeah, I
I
like
wouldn't
them.
mind one. Dude, look at that. That's sweet.
Yeah, that's pretty cool. That's like bringing the whole Web 2 into Web 3. You feel me? And it's a NFT, so it's kind of
Yeah.
cool. But yeah, they decided against going forward with this, which I do respect the decision, but again, they would need, I mean, if they sold out, they'll just need to hire a team to help them elevate to the next level in terms of utility. That's in my opinion, but that's also a lot of work as well. So there's not talked about enough what stress is to, for the founders to create a project and keep it running, keep the utility going. I really do commend there's a lot of NFT projects that their floor is not going anywhere, but they're constantly working. They're constantly working on their roadmaps and they're delivering on those roadmaps, but their floor is not reflecting that because they're not the it's NFT at the moment. So they just stayed down. There's a few that run through my head, but I don't want to call them out right now. But a lot of them are still working in the background and just keep going. They just keep going. It's not easy. It seems easy, but it's really not. And I believe the interfaces realized that and they pulled out. And which it's a smart. I don't want to say smart decision. It's a it's a sane decision. I should say it's a sane decision. But who knows what could have happened or if they're ever gonna come back or it would be nice to interview these guys and find out what's the
Yeah, that'd be
next step
sweet.
from here. What are they doing?
Yeah, man, I wouldn't mind a follow-up, even if it's nothing to do with the NFT project, but just talking about the burnout, the loss of passion, being in the space, how much money they could have made, and like what led them to the ethical decision of pulling out early. Like that'd be great
A
to have
lot
these
of
guys
money.
on. Yeah,
It
so
could
it'd be great to
a
reach out
lot of
to them.
money.
Again, I said this earlier, but one thing I respect about these guys is that they apparently claim to be all about the art since the beginning. They never claimed this roadmap or this utility. So like it's different when you see all these PFP projects making false promises that they're not pulling through with, but it appears that these guys never really made those, that they started off as just art. So it's not like they were trying to live up to their original, like what they put the expectations up to. They were trying to live up to the expectations of the community and just the NFT culture. So I respect that decision a lot more than somebody who would have made the promises at the beginning and then pulled out.
And something else I noticed is that they went the no Discord route. I've seen this happen before, but me personally, I'm not in favor of the no Discord route because a lot of it. If you're on Twitter, you rely a lot on the algorithms. Like there's a lot of things that goes on Twitter that never ever hits your timeline, never. So that's why if you have a Discord community, it's all about your community. It's all about your NFT, your PFP, whatever it is. So I'm a big favor of having discords just to centralize your community and not only depend on Twitter because it's all algorithmic based. But who knows if after they launch this, they would have to have had a Discord, and because the community is going to be asking for it. When Discord, the floor is going to crash. When Discord, then when utility, when this, that because that's what we are. That's what we do. There's a lot of all these DJs. We asked for a lot from these founders, and they decided to go against actually launching. So we'll see what happens with this if they ever decide to come back. But if they did have to launch this, they would have needed a Discord because I've seen other projects that went without the Discord route. It kind of it disappeared from my timeline entirely, entirely. And I don't know if the project stopped or if Twitter is saying you're not interested in this, so we're not gonna show you this. We're not gonna show you their announcements. We're gonna so it's a whole different ball game. So if they did had to go through with this, they would have to have had a Discord. They would have to have had utility because that's what the space calls for. It's not just if you're just an artist that come in and you do your art, like the MFers. He just did the art. He said there's nothing to it. It's just a heart. That's it. You're not getting no roadmap, no nothing. But the person behind it is well known in the community. He's a meme legend in NFTs. Satoshi. So his credibility holds the weight of the whole collection. So he doesn't need Discord. He doesn't need all that because he's on Twitter meme posting every day. But not all projects could pull that off. Not all. The majority of projects have to build a community, have to build this, have to build a team, a community, utility. It's a lot more work than it seems looking from the outside looking in because it just seems so easy to just make a monkey PFP and you're rich the next day. It comes with some work behind that. So that's why I I I commend them for not going through with it. But then again, what could have been is always almost a 250,000 followers is a lot. It's a lot.
That is a lot,
So
man.
yeah, I mean, we could use that, man. You could just send send the followers this way. You feel me? Just
Yeah.
post, have them retweet this video and just
Well,
send them followers.
when you're talking about Twitter algos, I was thinking about a non-smooth transition. But speaking of Twitter algos, if you want to see more of Gutter and myself, 3 days a week at minimum. I think we might even tackle 4 this week on Twitter and on YouTube. So if you're not already following the NFT alerts by Ninja, the Twitter is actually just at Ninjalerts. Follow that. You'll see like we're live right here. You can go watch it there. On YouTube, I don't think we have a direct link right here, but we are on YouTube. I think NFT Traders Club on YouTube. We'll need to get that in the Twitter bio and on the Discord. And of course, hop into the Discord. That way you're able to keep up with everything. We notify everybody in there. The Discord is how many members? Like 40,000 ish, something like that.
About 46,000.
Hop in there, suggest things for the show, hang out with us. We can discuss alpha, all that stuff. But, we're not going anywhere. Like Gutter and I are going to be here for the long haul. So if you like this type of content, you want to get to know us better, get to know the project better, Ninja Alerts, hop in any of those socials, follow any of those socials, subscribe to the YouTube channel because we're going to be here
And if
for
you
a
like
while.
ninjas, we're here with ninjas too.
Absolutely, man.
If you like ninjas,
Heck
this
yeah,
is
dude.
us.
So we did talk about something else in the Twitter space today that I thought was really interesting. Gutter, I'll let you take over once I get to it because you know more about it. I need to fit this screen. Hold on, I'm actually just gonna minimize us for a second so I can see like this. I can get the full scope of this. But this is super interesting, and we can actually dive in. We don't really have to dive into both of them. I just kind of want to talk about what happened. But we see where's that? Dented Phil's NFT, and I'm actually not seeing Weather Report right now. But there's actually some drama, I guess. Not really drama, but Gutter to get into
Big
it.
drama.
Yeah, with those two and some things that we noticed. And I feel like this is just spicy enough to talk about. Again, we don't have to harp on it, and we could do our usual things where we look at some projects. But let's talk about that real quick. And Gutter, while you're explaining the situation, I'm going to go ahead and go to the website and just kind of take a look at the team and talk about that. So what happened?
Okay, so I did because again, I do have my own YouTube videos, my own YouTube channel where I do videos, and my recent videos is about this topic, how Weather Report is a hyped NFT we've been waiting for a while now. We've been looking forward to it for a few months now, and a few days before it launched, their artist had a bit of a disagreement with the contract. Now, he wanted, from word on the street is that he wanted to renegotiate to keep the IP rights to the artwork, but the team wanted to give out the IP to the NFT holders. So he left and created his own project called Dented Fields, and that launched 3 days before the actual Weather Report launched. So that was a little bit of a issue because it's the exact same artwork as Weather Report. It's kind of the exact same concept as Weather Report, except Dented Fields is moving more towards mental health because they use different PFP faces that says sad, happy, and all that. But it's pretty much the whole concept and idea. So that's why it got me thinking, like, or was the artist name is Denton? Well, was he commissioned to do these artworks, or is this stolen? Because I know if you're commissioned, it's not yours. Although you are the artist, it doesn't belong to you, so you wouldn't be able to go and create the same artwork and make money off of it. Especially, he has an 11,000 collection, and the Weather Report is 10,000 collection. So that's why I'm watching this right now, and I personally chose Weather Report. I bought into Weather Report, and I am losing bad. I'm down bad, down horrendous right now because I thought obviously it was an obvious choice if it's all Weather Report's idea, but this is the NFT space. It's the NFT space. You never know what's gonna happen because obviously the people think Dented Fields is the way to go when Dented Fields just spun up within a week. Within a week, it just spun up right before Weather Report was to launch. So now Weather Report is sitting at like 0.1, and Dented Fields is at 0.46.
Yeah, I was just
Like,
about to say that when we were talked about Dented Fields earlier, it was I don't see the actual sell, but it must have been I think it was 0.38 when we were talking about it earlier. So if we would have jumped in when we talked about it, almost like always, we could have already been in the profit at least a little bit.
yeah, Weather Report is down horrendous. What the
Yeah.
hell? Like, how?
Yeah, weather report's
How?
looking
They've been
rough, man.
building this for months,
Mm.
and all of a sudden Dented Fields just took the whole momentum away, just took everything, took the whole community with them. Like how? Like what happened? I'm
Yeah,
really
tough,
interested
man.
to know if there was contractual obligations behind the scenes. Maybe yeah, Denton is the artist, and I'm kind of surprised he built a whole team that quickly. Like as you pointed out that there's a lawyer in there, there's a few things in there, so
Yeah,
it's
dude. I've
really
never seen a lawyer on a team for NFTs
he
before. Have you?
needs it. He needs the lawyer
It doesn't.
because
But have you seen that before?
never, no,
I haven't either.
no.
They say
I
attorney
mean,
for O&L Law LLP.
yeah, lawyers are usually consultants, so they're not usually on the team. Usually, just have them on retainer from the bigger brands. Get them like Apes have a bunch of lawyers on
Yeah, yeah, that's
retainer type
fair.
of thing. So they're not usually on the team like that. But he does need it, and I do hear like word on the street again, not hard proof that they sent a cease and desist to Weather Report, but it failed because again, it's Weather Report's whole idea. So I went long and thought, at some point in the future, Weather Report would win this whole battle because again, they've been building this. This was their idea from the start. But the NFT community says no.
Yeah, man, that's
Not
nuts.
a
I will say, like, if I didn't know that backstory and I was just going to this website, for me personally, this team checks all the boxes. And I kind of talked about this in the space earlier. But a lot of times when we jump on these teams, one, they're not doxed. You know, you can't, some of them you can't even like go look at their like Twitter, like I think, refer to them as like partially doxed or something. But these are
soft
all
dog.
clickable. You can go do like a soft background on like all of these. But not just that, a lot of other projects, not that it's bad to have like 5 artists, but you'll usually see like the founder, then you'll see like 5 artists, and then you'll see like this like vague, like maybe web designer, maybe whatever, like who kind of looks like he can do something or she can do something. But like this team looks like a powerhouse, man. They have a web developer, they have a project manager, they have a community leader, which is really important. Social justice advocate, like that's out of left field.
Bro,
Um,
just stop
and
selling them, man.
it keeps
Stop.
going.
Stop
Like, I
it.
mean, listen,
Stop it,
I'm not even to the
man.
best part yet. They have a smart contract developer like on the team instead of like
No,
outsourcing
man.
a smart contract, and then they have a full blockchain developer. Like, and then, like we're just getting started. Like, I didn't
Yeah,
even
they're
read off all
selling
the
it,
other
man.
roles.
Stop selling it. I need them to go
I
down.
I'm just saying overall, like if I didn't know any background and I just hopped on this website, I didn't even look at the roadmap yet. I'm just the team alone is like pretty stretched out, man. They got a powerhouse right here. So I don't know, but yeah, it's kind of crazy that whole background story that I learned from Gutter today about it, and yeah, it's nuts.
Yeah, go to Weather Report, their website. Let me see if I could find it.
Watch it be like
But
rinky dink.
yeah, no,
they
yeah,
got like
go
they got
hit
like
the website on the top right.
they got like all right, let's check it out.
That's it.
That's it.
That's it.
That's it.
That's it.
Gutter, man.
That's
I think
it.
I think you chose the wrong side of history, my man.
Yeah, I'm down horrendous right now, man. What the hell? That's it, man.
So
That's it.
their website consists of a hyperlink to their other socials. Like, there's no point of this website. Like,
At all, it's a learning page.
I had to go to OpenSea to find their website, and their website tells me to go to OpenSea.
Yeah, I mean, if you go to Twitter, you can see the videos, their promo videos they've been having for a while,
Sure.
which like that one right there. So they're trying to build a brand. They've been
Yeah,
trying to
yeah,
build a brand. That's why I went with them, but it's looking like I chose wrong. I chose all the way wrong. But who
man.
knows? Who knows what's gonna
Never
happen in
know.
the future?
We'll keep up with it. Let's look at we got that 0.108. Let's see if
yeah, I got
at
it
the
at
end of the
point two.
week, at the end of the week or next week, how Gutter's doing
I
on his
got it
weather
at point two, man.
report.
Point two, man. Damn, I'm down. This whole week I've been down bad, man. Everything I choose just goes down, and then everything else just goes up. Like DJ tunes, I had a chance at like point oh 0.05, 0.06. I was like, no, that's not gonna blow. Mm, it
Man,
blew. Oh my
it
god, man.
it
I'm just
happens like
down.
that, man. Oh man.
Yeah.
So we talked about some other projects briefly, but I mean, just for the sake of this video and on live, what we do every week, and if you've tuned in other videos, you'll know we go to the Ninjalerts trends, and Ninjalerts again track smart wallets and or it tracks wallets of your favorite influencers or traders or anything like that. So a lot of times we try to see if we know anybody that's buying into these things, and we'll click on that project.
Oh,
But
click on that one.
it shows the
I
most
don't want to.
minted, most bought, and most sold. And then as you can tell, these lists down here kind of talks about who's buying in. So which one do you want me to click on, Gutter?
Oh, that one, Satoshi Runners, the sophisticated art speculator just got a lot.
Yeah, he just
Like,
bought 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 of them. Yeah, let's take a look at it. Why not?
oh
So
snap!
you want to start off
Oh,
with OpenSea or the website?
OpenSea probably.
Okay.
Just see how it's doing right now.
Here, let me
So it's doing
change
pretty
this real
good so
quick.
far. It's about
Yeah.
50%. So it's minting right now. It's not sold out yet. Satoshi Runners. Yeah, it's still minting.
Okay, gotcha. I
The
wonder what the
volume
mint
is
price was.
very. We could go to the website and find out.
Yeah, we'll click on that. So we got decent trade volume, especially if it's still minting. Let's check out that website. Uh-oh, I told you last time, Gutter, we looked at the when we looked at the Genesis llamas last week, which by the way is up pretty good right now. It was at 0.7 when we looked at it. I think there's a couple, I think it kind of teeter-tottered around like 0.6, 0.7. But I was just saying this style, like this like retro, weird colors, kind of like the Neo Tokyo style, Cyber Kong style, always tends to do well for whatever reason. Now, I do think it's a bit.
No, not the one I went with.
Which one? Oh, I was just about to say, I do think it's getting oversaturated,
Oh
the
yeah.
style, because I think people are trying to copy and paste it, seeing that it's doing well. But which one was it? The Bears that was like
Yeah,
this?
bloodshed beers. Yeah, yeah. I remember when you were talking about the llamas. I was saying I went in on the bloodshed beers. It's the exact same basic premise, except bloodshed beers is more. Is the Pitsui game you have to stake, and it's all on L1. So I'm not really too confident how far a play to earn game could go on L1 because it's going to be very expensive to play. Like if you do a lot of transactions, you're spending a lot of money to do a whole bunch of transactions. So I don't know how that's going to play out, but it's not going anywhere.
Now,
my
I will say, I don't know how soon, but OpenSea is supposed to integrate with Immutable X, and if that's the case,
really
I'm wondering if you can own the assets, like the NFTs on OpenSea, but maybe play the game on Immutable X, which is going to be a layer two, with like tremendously less gas fees, and the transactions would be a lot cheaper in game. So I'm wondering if that's how they're going to integrate. I really don't know. I don't even think it's officially announced how they're integrating, but that would be my assumption. Maybe you can have your NFTs on OpenSea, but play the games via Immutable X.
I would say because Polygon is where most play to earn games live right now. So I'm guessing that's just going to be implemented the same way as Immutable X would, and also it's the contract. The devs have to move it over to L2, and the Bloodshed Bears that AMA and they said they were gonna stick with L1. So I don't think they're ever gonna go to L2, which is Immutable X. They will have to. I'm not sure if they know how to because it's not that simple. I know crypto raiders did that, and that art speculator, he's a big part of crypto raiders. That's why I mentioned them just now. So they did that very seamlessly. They've been doing a lot of things seamlessly. So I don't know how if bloodshed bears could do that. I haven't seen it done a lot because it's not. You need to be very smart to be able to transform L1 into L2. It's easier to go from L2 to L1, but not really. It's not really that easy to move a whole ecosystem to the whole another layer. So I'll be watching it. I already have one of my bloodshed beers for sale. It's the floor goes up and down, but never like it's not a winner. It's not compared to the llamas. So
We don't have to stick on this, but I will say what I've seen in the past is they will keep their Genesis project on L1, and then they'll branch off onto L2. That's what one of the projects that I won't name that I don't like. but they started off
My
yeah,
God.
they started off as a Genesis on OpenSea, and when they were one of the first projects on Immutable. Once they got on Immutable X, they dropped like their V2 of that project. And actually, the way they did it, which was pretty cool, is if you were holding one of their original NFTs on OpenSea, you either got a discount or depending on what rarity, you got a free one on Immutable X, and you're kind of able to play the game through there. Well, I'm assuming if it is going to be a game, you'll be able to play the game through there, but still own instead of migrating the entire ecosystem over, you can kind of branch out if that makes sense. But we'll see how it
Yeah,
goes. It's gonna be interesting to watch.
yeah, I'm not sure about this exact one we're talking about, the Satoshi runners, but the Bloodshed Bears, the AMA, they said they're all of it, all the generation 2 is already out, and that's on L1. Everything they're doing is on L1, and everything is gonna be very expensive to play. They claim they know how to make it very cheap, gas wise, but it's still L1, man.
Yeah,
It's
it's gonna be
not.
expensive.
Yeah, it's gonna be very expensive. So I got mine up for sale. But when you're talking about Immutable X, I know Gary V's books. I'm not sure if you heard about his book tokens.
Yeah, I
All
have
those
one. I
are.
have one.
Oh, you have one?
Hmm.
Did you buy the books?
Yeah, I still got
Yeah,
like
I
8 of
have.
them.
I got a few boxes of those books, man. I have a few boxes, and I haven't really claimed my V tokens yet, or the
Oh,
book
dude,
tokens.
you need to do that. I don't know. I don't know if there's like a deadline or not, but
I
just to be
think it's
safe,
the
I
end of
would
the
do that.
year.
You don't even know what you have yet,
I
bro.
wasn't gonna sell it, so
We were just talking about house money, man. As soon as it dropped, somebody was able to sell one of the books, like the highest rarity. I don't remember. I don't want to just make up ETH, but it was life changing money. Like
really.
the day of the drop, yeah. You need
Yeah,
to see
but
what
that's the
you need to
day of
see
the
what you
drop.
got. You need to see what you
I
got,
know,
bro.
but like I don't expect to sell it though. That's why I'm not in a hurry because it says to the end of this year, December. So I was like, because I've watched a few people claim theirs, and I mean the wave died down. You know how that goes when it launches, everybody's on it, and nobody's on it now. So I'm just gonna sneak in and get mine. But I have three of them. I have three of them. I haven't really claimed. I haven't looked at. Hopefully, I don't forget. But
Yeah, dude. Well, I'll be pinging you because that could be good. I mean, even though the wave died down, the floor price still. I haven't checked in a while, and I don't have to right now. But it never really went down for how many were minted. It kind of just gradually creeped up because again, I won't dive into it too much. But basically, you burn books to be able to cash out on other things. So a lot of people burnt their tokens to be able to cash out on other things. So the supply continues to dwindle, and so the floor price has like gradually crept up. So, I mean, last I checked, it was like 0.13 or something. I don't really remember. It's been a long time since I checked. But I mean, it was a $300 ish initial purchase, so like it was well worth the money already. You like,
yeah, it
yeah.
is.
So, anyways,
Yeah,
let's,
I
let's
was
look.
before that. Do you know what the game is about though? Because I ain't followed it up because I don't play games like that. Like I mean, trivia type of games. I'm not good at those, so I just don't. I just stay away. Are people actually playing something?
I don't think so. At least not to my knowledge. The only thing I know of, and I don't know if this was considered the game, is that people were burning their tokens for like good stuff. Like you could burn like X amount of tokens to get like I don't know if Basie was on there, but like some like ridiculous stuff. If you had, yeah, so that was part of the game. Like if you had like certain frames and you collected like each animal and you were the first to burn these together, like to burn these like 6 rarities together, you could get like this. Like again, I'm going to use Basie as an example. It was a very nice NFT. I don't remember the projects, but there's several. I think Cool Cats were on there. Um, CyberKongs might have been on there. So some
Mm.
really big projects. But if you're the first to gather and collect these certain rarities and burn them, you could swap them out for these things, and you could also swap them out for physical goods as well. Like they had like graded basketball cards, baseball cards.
No, I'm good on
Um,
all that, man.
yeah, same here. But like it was just all part of. I think that was like the game aspect of it is matching up again, like these certain traits, burning them together and getting this
Oh,
like bigger prize. And then obviously you could burn your lower rarities for other NFT projects that aren't quite as expensive.
I
But
see. I thought it was a actual game or some shit.
yeah, so the key is though too, like, do I burn my books to get this NFT, or do I let everybody else burn their books and hope that the value of my book continues to go up? So that's another aspect of it. I only have one. It wasn't worth it to me to do any of that. I'm just gonna hold on for the long term on it. Ironically, I got like a patient pig. I think that was the name of it. So, yeah, so I was like, heck yeah. I mean, I had no
Ah,
intention. I had no intention to sell anytime soon. So maybe the patient pig will reward me even longer for being patient.
do you eat pork?
Yeah, I eat pork.
Oh, okay. You're not that patient then.
I do eat pork.
uh,
But let's look at the
uh,
Satoshi
uh,
runners, man.
yeah, we've had it on this screen this whole time for like 10, 15 minutes, and we just talked about nothing that has to do with Satoshi the runners.
I mean, I think layer one and layer two is a good discussion, because
Yeah,
that's
it is.
that's going to be a major future integration, and this is NFT Traders Club, so you gotta talk about that stuff. But I will say that I say this so much, Gutter. You're gonna eventually just be like, all right, this doesn't mean anything, but like I like the way it looks. I don't know, it looks cool.
It does look cool. I'm not gonna lie, it does look cool. But all of them look cool, man. It's just, are they gonna run or not? That's the thing. I think these look good. If I was betting, I would bet on this at point one, but who knows, man? I'm not gonna buy it, so it's gonna run. If I bought it, it's probably gonna drop. I don't know. That's been my luck all week. So right now, I'm not liquid until I sell one of those beers, those bloodshed beers. Because again, I'm not a big fan of having the whole play to earn game on L1. And from the AMA, it seemed like they're very, very stuck on being on L1. Like they're adamant about it. So we'll see what happens.
Yeah, man, I definitely wouldn't want to be stuck on a game that's strictly a rail one either. Um, I do. So, first glance at the roadmap, they're talking about. We kind of talk about this sort of often, but they're going to do what was it? A reward of 2 ETH for members holding one of the 10 legendary mercenaries. So basically, I'm assuming that's like their one of ones, and they're going to get a 2 ETH reward for it. I think that's cool, but we talk about this often. Anytime there's like an incentive, sometimes I would consider that like I don't want to I guess I hesitate to say it, but like sort of yellow flagish, like almost like when it feels like a lottery ticket of you buying an NFT. I just at that point, I hope the rest of the roadmap looks good, and that's not the major incentive to buy in and to sell out.
Mm, yeah, I'm more interested in what the staking in the marketplace. That's okay. That's a big one. Breeding, that's big. Yeah, so these are actual big roadmap items. So the breeding and the staking and the marketplace, that's huge. Those from what I've seen so far in P2E games, those are pretty big utilities to have, especially since this is not a PFP in any sense. I don't think they don't have, those are not good at PFPs, right?
No.
So these are probably gonna run.
So
Not financial advice.
it looks like they're doing the exact same thing as I always get the name twisted, but Genesis Llama or Llama Genesis. Basically, you'll be able to earn tokens and cast these tokens
Satoshi?
for Satoshis, and which is
That's not a
weird.
good name.
I was about to say that's kind of
Yeah.
I don't know how
Yeah.
I feel about that, but you'll be able to cash it
Yeah.
for whitelist spots, and just like again Llama Genesis
Yeah.
Llamaverse, you're able to gather spit tokens and do the exact same thing. So depending on the collabs that they have, any project that does this that could be valuable if you're able to cash in your currency for whitelist and you get major whitelist opportunities. I could see value in that, but again, it depends on who they're collabing with. Um, I think Llamaverse did a good job at that because they have good. I've heard that they have good alpha. I don't own one. I'm not in the alpha group, but the alpha group's pretty strong, and I think some of their collabs are pretty strong. I'm not too sure with Satoshi, but you do see that happening more and more.
Yeah, that's what I said last time when you brought it up. That I've seen that like frequently. It's the new trend now where you have a marketplace for whitelist only type stuff. I've been seeing it for the last maybe 2 months now. So I mean, whitelist is kind of what like to to actually succeed now, you have to be in the I call it allow list. You have to be in the allow list in order to make money now. So it's kind of the thing. People either grind for it, join raffles for it. They do different giveaways for it. So that's kind of how to get up now. If you're in a extremely hyped NFC, if you're in the allow list for extremely hyped NFC, you're gonna be printing money. Like if you were in the allow list for invisible friends, right off the bat, you could have made 15 Ethereum right off, right off the bat. So that's kind of the game now. So to have marketplaces that does that, that's kind of the new trend. And Chris, did we lose you? Are you still?
Yeah, sorry, you lost my mic. I mean, you lost my my camera. I'm trying to. I got a backup. It's coming. Just bear with me.
What happened? What happened to your camera? Oh, there you go. It's
Yeah,
back.
good thing I got my computer camera back up for now. But
Oh,
yeah,
does
man.
battery die?
Yeah. I was running off
Oh,
battery.
okay. Okay,
Yeah,
that
we
makes
used up
sense.
our battery to take pictures of our new baby.
Oh, nice,
So
nice. How is that?
it didn't make it through the stream. It's tiring, bro. It's so tiring, and then it's hard. You're just talking about like whitelist, like whitelist grinding is like impossible for me now. I pretty much have to either get lucky and get a raffle, or my money is going to be in the secondary. Um, Secondary, there's still money to be made, after mint. You just need the money, you need the ETH up front, and you really got to pick carefully, and that
Yeah.
I'm gonna try. I have to be very precise with my decisions, but yeah, I found like two good projects that I won't even talk about right now that both had like grinding for whitelist available, and like one of them I think would really yield well if I got it, but dude, it would take me like 3 days to get that whitelist of like constant
Jeez.
activity. The other one was like the other one was similar. It was like real. It was kind of I didn't like the other one. The other one was gimmicky. It's like you have to reach level 5, and then you have to invite 15 people successfully, and then you have to
Mm.
solve a riddle, and then you have to hope that you get selected. You have to hope you get selected by a
Oh god.
mod. Yeah, I'm just like, forget that, dude. Like, I'm not, I'm not going
Yeah,
through all that.
yeah. I never played any of those games. Like, if I don't get it from a raffle or a different alpha groups, then I don't. I just if I really like it, I'll buy in secondary. But most projects I don't really like them, so I don't really care like that. But the hyped ones I really want. But I depend on raffles. I never grind. Never.
Yeah,
It's
we talked about this on the spaces the other day, but I know people are actually like paying others, which I don't
yeah,
know. To me, it kind of borderlines like not unethical labor, but like not paying wages because I mean the rates are so cheap. You pay somebody like I don't want to promote this or anything, but like you get somebody $100 to say go get me on a couple whitelists like for a week. That's a lot of work for $100. So, but I mean, I guess if it's a mutual agreement and they need the money, I could see it being rewarding. I mean, imagine you paid somebody $100 to get you on that Invisible Friends whitelist, and you sell it right after, or you mint it for what was it 0.25, and you sell it near the peak. I mean, anywhere between 8 and 10 ETH, dude. That's nothing. That's not even what gas costs.
yeah. Yeah, but hey, there's other ways to get on the list. So I'll pretty much venture into other directions. I'm not gonna pay for other people in different countries to go grind for me because I don't. To be real with you, I don't really care that much for a lot of them. I don't care about a lot of projects, so I wouldn't go that far. But if there's a project that I really like, then I'll find a way to get into raffles to get them. If I don't get them in raffles, then hey, either I just go to the next project or I try to get in secondary, because there's a lot of projects every single day. So I'm not gonna. I don't. I stopped practicing FOMO. So now, but I would admit, ever since I started using these Ninjalerts, watching these whales buy and sell, it's making me blow my cash, man. It's making me like try to trade like they do, but then they just don't stop. Like my money ran out, and they keep buying and buying and buying. You feel me? So I gotta get my ETH up so I could just buy everything like they do. But I'll get there. We'll all get there. You just gotta keep trading. Keep seeing the trends and keep trading.
Yeah, man. I know a lot of it goes both ways. A lot of what we talked about, and we have to factor in like world politics right now. But like, it seems
Yes.
a lot of the NFTs that we discuss have went both ways. Ultimately, I think we'd be more positive than negative if we bought every single thing we talked about and were bullish on. Not everything we talked about, because there are some things that we were both kind of like, I don't know, and it never even made it past mint. But I mean, again, like Llama versus low, dude, that would have been a high risk bet at 0.6, 0.7, but sitting at almost a 1.4 floor is pretty good little gain, decent little gain. Um, let's pick another project. What I want your opinion too. I'm gonna look at some of the names. I don't really recognize any of these people that are minting.
Oh,
I will say under minted and under most bought, I see the Sunny's collection.
wait,
Um,
real quick. Scroll down to that relief right there. Scroll down. Yeah, that one. I do have one of those pieces from the relief. It's a bunch of artists that created artwork. To 100% donation goes towards the relief in Ukraine right now. So
oh,
I
okay,
do.
cool.
I got that one by Technovane, or Girl Who Shivers. That one on the right. You see
We're at
the one in the Through Time and Space. That one.
this one. Oh, cool,
Yeah,
cool,
yeah, I got that. That's my PFP on Twitter. I like that
sweet.
one. Well, I
Yeah,
like
that's really cool.
almost. I like everything she does, really. So I had to cop this one. But yeah, I just had to point this one out. This is a NFTs for a good cause. So that's why I saw it on the list. So that's why I wanted to point it out. So there's different artists, some Ukrainian artists, some not, but the 100% goes to help Ukraine. And I do believe they just sent over, I don't know if it's $1 million or maybe at least 100 ETH towards the cause. I don't remember the exact number. I don't want to give out a false number, but they actually sent over a lot of money to the cause. So I'm really happy about that. They actually came through with the promise. It wasn't a rug at all. So I like this one. It's for a good cause. It's not for trading or flipping or any of that. It's just for what's going on right now. So it's a way I could support. It's a small way, but it's better than doing nothing, in my view.
Yeah, man, I think this is a great example of how NFTs and crypto in general can like really change our world. Like Uh, I feel like a lot of the public view kind of has a negative connotation on NFTs. Like what are you doing with your life? Just sitting around the computer buying JPEGs, or whatever. But like,
Yeah,
I don't know what percentage went to Ukraine, but 647 ETH is no joke.
yeah. I think
And like
100%.
Okay, so 647 ETH going to Ukraine based off this project with people like yourself buying in to support a good cause. Like that's not as easy to do with like credit card or cash or whatever, like if you want to support Ukraine, you have to go through these organizations that might or might not keep half your money, 75% of your money. It doesn't go directly to them. It takes longer. You have to figure out what institution it's going to, how it's getting there. But with this, again, with smart wallets, being able to send crypto immediately to people in Ukraine, being able to get this ETH into the government or whoever exactly it's going to be able to distribute. Like I don't know, like this is just another nudge towards, to me, like seeing crypto and NFTs like integrated in the future and being able to help out with good causes like that. I've mentioned it before, but like one of my first projects that I really aped into, um was Afrodroids. Were you familiar with Afrodroids?
No, Afro Joys, no.
Okay, so it was a project based out of Africa, and the we saw exactly at 20% um, of the every proceed, every transaction goes to this charity in Africa. I forgot exactly which part. And we're able to actually follow the charity on Instagram, and I keep up with them. But this charity actually got women off the streets and orphans and taught them music, dance, and art. And we were able to see like the girls that they were treating and that they were housing. And we raised literally life changing money for this organization. And that was really the project that got me on to like, okay, this NFT thing can really make a difference in the world. Not to mention the project in itself. Like I like OO as the artist behind it and the creator of it. And I actually do think they are going to stick with a roadmap. So all that's really cool too. But being able to see NFTs like this like actually change lives is I feel like should be an eye opening perspective towards people who are not in the field.
Yeah, that's really good. That's really good. Let me share my screen real quick. So this is the relief. They actually sent 185 ETH to people of Ukraine, and they raised a total of 371 so far. They just sent half over, so I'm guessing they're gonna send the other half. I'm not too certain. I didn't read through the thread, but I just wanted to point it out because I just mentioned it. So I didn't want to give false figures. So they actually did send that much, and that's almost $500,000, which is gonna help. Anything really helps, and I'm really happy that I'm a part of this somehow. I know all I can really do from around here, from the USA, is tweet. Like I can't do much to help people in Ukraine, but knowing that I'm a part of something that actually helped, like literally helped, that it makes me feel good. And I like doing that when it comes to art and stuff, because if you give me 1 second, let me remove this. If you look in the background, this is Virgil's, and it was a donation kind of thing. So if you donate money, you get his artwork. So I like doing that. I really like donating for a cause and keeping artwork as a memento, or as a ticket stub, or a pope, if you will. So that's my big thing with art. I like when it goes towards a good cause. And I had to talk about relief because as you can see, you could track the contract that physically sent the money over. So that's pretty cool, and I really like that. So that's why I had to talk about that. And that's we could go ahead and talk about something else on that list, but because I
Yeah.
think we had something else to
Well,
talk
first
about,
off, that's
right?
awesome. I'm glad you talked about that. I want to look at this, and we are at the 52-minute mark. So we'll look at this and we'll wrap it up. I don't know why this just looks like something that should be cheap to buy into, which is being most minted and most bought right now. It's the Sunny's collection.
Sunny's, yeah.
I know nothing about it, so I want to look at it.
Yeah, me
uh,
neither.
Point one, that actually is kind of surprising for how it looked. Not revealed. Let's take a look at the website and see how that looks. And I'll go ahead and get us right here. 0.05 mint. So it's
Oh,
floor is double right now. That's a really random number. 9,141 total.
yeah.
I'm sure there's a reason for that, but I'm not
It's
gonna
one of
read all this.
those geek math. You know when those geeks have a number, like that's the amount of, I don't know. I was gonna make something up, but geeks have the numbers. I forgot what type of number that is, but it's an important number.
Yeah, for sure. They got charitable causes right here. $5,000 to both the Cool Earth nonprofit organization, Nami Saddle. Eh.
Yeah. So again, let me to that relief when I said I like investing money that into art that goes towards good causes. I know this every single roadmap has this stuff on there. I don't mean that at all. I mean more for the whole collection is made towards, the relief in Ukraine. Not, we'll give a tiny percent. If you mint my art, I'll give a tiny percent to charity. Everybody does that now. So it's not a big deal to me now. So that's not what I meant, just to be clear.
Yeah, I got what you meant for sure. Because everybody ties something in there, and when you talk
Yeah,
about the money that they're making and then pushing $5,000 somewhere, that's really not significant.
right.
Especially if it's not built into the contract, to where they're like another thing. I don't have to harp on this, but like again, going back to that charity I mentioned earlier, where like the orphans,
Mm.
it's tied into the smart contract, so they're making passive
Really
income. They're making passive income until the project dies. So, I mean,
nice.
that's a pretty big deal because it's not just the initial sellout that they sent in. I think it ended up being $250,000 in US dollars, but they're still making money if people are still buying it. So I thought that was kind of cool too because there's this constant flow of income that they have now that's tied in. Yeah, this so far to me, this looks pretty general. And I don't know if it's gonna pull a Tubby Cats on us and just moon for no reason at all. But so far, just looking at it, I mean, it's very like it's a PFP project. It's quirky. The talk of music, physical merchandise, like a store is pretty common. Collaborating with others pretty
Collabs,
common.
yeah.
Yeah, charitable
Charity,
contribution was pretty
kinda.
small. There was max three per wallet for Sunless, 5 wallet for public sale. So Max you can get is 5 per wallet on public. It looks very average to me. I see this, again, not financial advice. I'm probably going to be wrong, but I don't see it getting a whole lot higher, maybe like 0.15, unless like somebody big like jumps behind it and pumps it artificially. I don't know, Gutter. I'm not very bullish on it from first glance. What do you think?
Go back to the team real quick because we didn't really touch on the
Yeah,
team. I
I
think
actually did look at the team. I did it real quick, but none of them have over really like 1,000 followers on Twitter. Also, we got somebody.
that doesn't mean too big. I
No,
mean,
no, it doesn't. And like Trevor said the other day, Twitter's not always the biggest indicator, especially if it's based out of another country. Some countries prioritize other socials more than Twitter. It's just something that I noticed at first glance. Yo, what's up? Welcome to the chat.
Hey, Jed.
Yeah, Jed commented on one of our last videos. I don't know if you saw, basically asking us if we could do it later sometimes. I think he said he's from Australia. I don't really remember the
Oh,
comment,
okay.
but basically there's a time zone difference. So I'm glad you could make it for part of this, even though we're not just now kind of wrapping up, but we still got a little bit
Yeah.
about to talk about. Who do you want me to click on?
No, I was gonna say just to make sure they're humans. They're like docs. I don't. To be real with you, I don't care about the founders or their followers because majority of I'll be real. The majority of people that are very successful, they don't have that many followers. They're not excessively grinding to build their follower accounts up. They're just good at what they're doing, their product, and they push the product and they make a lot of money with the product. And then the followers follow after it's been big. Most of the time, the followers come after the success. So that's why I don't take it. Not always, but if somebody has like 200,000 followers, I'm like, all right, it's it's gonna reach somewhere. But usually, if they have less than 1,000, it doesn't mean it's not gonna sell out or it's not gonna succeed. It's more of a little bit of an uphill battle, but
No, that's
not
fair.
really.
I do like how it gives a little description under each one before clicking on them. Like it shows their experience. Like let's do like Drew. Hey, I'm Drew. I handle the business development for the Sunnies. And he talks about what he did. He grew up with a family owned small business. Um, he discovered blockchain technology in 2017. I knew that I wanted to get involved in the space and became dedicated to learning as much as I could. I like how it gives like a brief description at least of who they are.
Yeah, it's pretty cool. So Jed said, "Did we get beers yesterday? Which beers? Because it's a whole bunch of beers everywhere. Because we spoke about it earlier. I got bloodshed beers, and I also got booze beers, but I don't know if there's another beer to get. I got too many beers, man. They're all losing. All of them are losing, man.
I
Well,
know,
they're
dude.
not losing, but they're not. It's not enough for me to sell to
You
make
need
gas
cats, bro.
back.
You need cats, bro. Cats are meta right now. You got cool cats and tubby cats and
Oh yeah, I
all
have all
those
the
are killing.
cats.
Yeah,
Well, not cool cats, but I realized I meant too many cats. Like I'm partial to cats, so because I have a cat, so I kind of go with any cat that pops up as long as it looks cool, coolish. It's not. I don't mean cool like cool cats cool, but the artwork is cool. That's why I got the. Remember the last one I got was Lazy Kitties, the free mints. Yeah, just because it looked cool. It's I didn't there was no real roadmap or anything, but well there is, but I'm not sure if they could deliver that.
and I will
Oh
say
yeah.
overall, I'm not very. I'm not. I wouldn't buy into this personally, unless like I'm missing something. But we weren't super confident in Tubby Cats, and Tubby Cats killed it. They crushed it. So we'll see how this does. It's at, like I said, it's at a 0.1 floor right now. I'm interested. I always like uh, going back and watching what we talk about on the show, and then seeing how it's doing after the fact, and seeing what I said about it to see if I was on it all or if I was completely off base. Um, I personally wouldn't want this, but I'm sure there's a reason people are buying into it. And I'd be interested to see how it is. Really, I'm not gonna say even a couple days. I'd be interested to see how it is 1 week from now, and obviously like follow the activity because there's always a point to where like even if it is like at like 0.05 next week. I mean, if it jumped up to 0.2 or 0.3 or something like that, even for a moment, like even for a day, I mean, some people could have got good profits. By good
Yeah.
profits, obviously relative. Like they could have got profits.
Yeah, I mean, if you mint it right now, you have profit. That's 2x right away. So if you're in the allow list, if you could mint right now, you're pretty much good. But if you buy right now, or if you buy after the sellout, then that's where it becomes a little more shaky. Hogchain and Jinzo were flattered. I was wallet tracking them. Oh, so you're talking about Bloodshed Beers, Jed. I talked about that already. Before you came through. I don't know if you well, yeah, before you came through. So I still have my Bloodshed Beers, and I have two. I'm trying to sell one right now to make just, pretty much almost break even. I got it at 0.19. I'm trying to sell it at 0.22 because again, when we spoke about it earlier, that I'm not too confident in having a whole game ecosystem on layer one Ethereum, which is going to be very expensive because especially if you have to stake it to go training, you have to stake it to go claim something else. You have to there's a lot you have to do, a lot of transactions you have to do, and I'm not sure it's going to be worth it long run to just keep paying all those gas fees. So usually successful games are usually on layer two, and from the AMA they said they were gonna stick with L1. So we'll see what happens. Who knows?
Well, on that, Gutter, I think we need to wrap it up. We talked about Sunnies. We obviously talked about layer one versus layer two. We looked at Satoshi runners. Um, and we talked about the project you bought into where all the benefits go to Ukraine, which is awesome, and charity. And then lastly, we talked about weather report and the
Took a L on that
dented
one.
bills. So, unless you have anything else, I say we give it a wrap, and we will be posting shortly on the Discord our schedule and on Twitter our schedule 3 times a week. But this week, it looks like we might even go 4 because we missed a day last week. Again, we'll get that schedule out to you guys, Twitter Space in the AM, and then a YouTube Live, Twitter Live, Facebook Live, whatever social platform you're on, not about an hour after that ends. We're not going anywhere. If you're not subscribed to the channel, you're not following the Twitter, you're not all updated on the Discord, all the socials, be sure to jump in on those. If you ever want to jump in on the Twitter spaces and share some alpha or just hang out with us for a bit, feel free to join us there. Any last words, Gutter?
Peace.